So how much do I actually make reselling part-time on eBay, and is it even worth it? This is Real Boring Flips, and I'm your host, Kevin. I am a part-time reseller, and I've been selling on eBay for 25 years, but really only reselling as a serious business for about the last 5 years. And I've spent that time learning all kinds of different ways to do this as efficiently and effectively to be successful with the time I have available to do this. I have a full-time job, I have a second side job, and so parts of the year I'm very busy with those things, very limited time for reselling. But I'm focused on doing things that make every aspect of being a reseller, make it as streamlined and productive as possible. So that's a little bit of what I share on this channel. And I should mention now that this channel is based on value for value. I hope this is valuable to you, and if you think it is, then I ask for some value in return, which is namely, watch the videos, like the videos, subscribe to the channel, send me comments. Love those. I love even critiques. Please send me critiques. And if you know someone who you think might benefit or might enjoy this channel, please share this channel with them. You're not going to see a Patreon. You're not going to see a referral link. You're not going to see a join membership to join or some kind of plus content available elsewhere at cost. This is all free. It's in the video. This is my premium content here and nowhere else. So value for value is my model. So on today's show, we're going to cover everything I sold in December, what I got for it, what I paid for it, why I bought it in some cases, and then we'll also talk about, when we come back from that, we'll talk about what I actually made for December and what I've made so far for the year. It's the 28th today, so we still have a couple of days left for December and the year. And then I'll compare that to 2023 and talk about why you see some differences there. I do want to give you a little sneak. I know you're wondering what I'm going to be enjoying, but here's a little bit of a sneak peek, so stay tuned for that. So this first item was a recent retail arbitrage pickup. We paid $10 for this and got our full asking price. Plus, in addition, I should mention that my listings are typically done with make offer, and I try to be very careful with shipping. I try to put the actual size and weight of the what I expect the final package that's going to be shipped is. In this case, for some reason or another, the total paid for shipping was about $10 more than what it actually ended up costing to ship. And no, people ask this all the time. No, I don't automatically refund shipping extra. I used to do that very early on. It just became very chaotic, and so I try to be as close as possible. But because I list all of my items with make offer, I generally understand that my buyers are in agreement with what they are paying for shipping. Otherwise, they would make a lower offer. This next item I bought at a recent one of the rummage sales that I go to over the summer. It's kind of a fill a bag type of rummage sale. So very, very low per item costs. This one I would say probably 25 cents. And I did take an offer at $10 for this, and the shipping was about right. This next item, I tend to buy these whenever I find them. And a funny story about this was a recent pickup that you would have seen in one of my recent thrifting videos. And they're price guns, and they always seem to sell pretty well, pretty quickly. And there were two of them at my local Goodwill. I picked up one the first day I was in there. I tried to comp it, and somehow I typed in the name wrong and did not get any comps, or the comps that I saw weren't good. So I didn't buy it. The next day I was in, I saw a different one, same model, but just a second gun, correctly comped it this time, and sure enough, I should have bought them both. But this one sold for my asking price pretty quickly, and there was about $7 extra on shipping with that. This next item you would have seen recently in one of my board game hauls. I actually have two of these. This was the open used game. I also have this same game in sealed. Both of those were recent pickups at my local Goodwill. And this one also sold for my asking price, and the shipping was about right on track. This next item you saw, actually, it was a thumbnail in one of my recent videos. A board game sold for my asking price pretty quickly, and there was some additional, about $6 or $7 extra shipping that I received. And we paid $10 for that item. This next item was a USB kind of a game controller made for train games. I took an offer at $110. I've had this forever, just recently listed it. It sold pretty quickly, although it was one of those sales where you get a lot of questions about the item, and that usually makes me worried I'm going to get a return request, but so far so good. And the shipping, I actually paid more to ship this than I received, so that's where it kind of balances out over time. I originally paid $25 for that item. This next item you would have seen very recently as well in a thrifting video. This was a Maisto toy car, and I sold it at offer for $12 after buying it for $6 recently, and I did get about $5 extra on shipping. So this next item, actually these next two items are both board games sold to the same buyer, so the shipping was combined. Both of them sold at my asking price. These were also both on a recent board game haul video, thrifting video. I had just a real gush of really great strategy board games that came in. And one of them I bought for $20, one I bought for $15. So good flips because they sold quickly, not like moonshots. I did on the combined shipping that I received was probably about $10 more than what it cost to ship. So this next item actually is kind of an interesting item because my eBay, the eBay username is my old stuff for sale, and that's really how I started my channel, was selling my old stuff. And this actually was my old CD player that I used to use probably when I was in college. So I would carry this back and forth, across the on 2 ferries and 2 buses to get to the university every day. And so this is what I had to listen to music with. Yeah, I did. I took an offer on this, and because I paid more than originally, I paid more than what I sold this for. I won't pay any income tax on this money because this was actually my item that I sold. And I did get a few extra dollars for shipping, about $5 extra. This next item is one of the things I look for when I'm digging through boxes of cords at like rummage sales or estate sale, picker piles, whatnot. Anything like this I'll grab because I'm typically spending very little for it, and there's a good potential for a turn. Pennies into this, sold it at my asking price, and I did get about $6 extra on shipping. This next item, I would not buy this again. These are small food processors. I paid, I don't know why I paid this much, but I paid $13 for this and should not have bought it. I did end up getting a good turn on it. It just took forever, and the shipping actually cost me a little bit more than I actually took in just to ship it. Okay, so this next item, I actually gave this money to my son because it was really his hard work that resulted in this. I got several boxes of Legos from our neighbor at their garage sale, and I think I paid $30 for all of the boxes combined. And when I showed my son, he said, there's some good Legos in here, and he set about to try to piece together what actual sets were involved. He was able to sort out all the pieces that went to this particular Lego set, the Black Pearl. And if you're a big Lego fan, you know the Black Pearl is one of the higher valued retired sets. So all these pieces together, and I should say we have the minifigures listed separately, but this was just parts of the ship, including 3 of the sales. And incredibly, that sold at my asking price of $200. And essentially I had $10 into it, and I did pay a little extra for shipping on this one. This next item, recent pickup, brand new item in my Goodwill, and at my sister's urging, I bought this. I did get my asking price for it. I did get a little extra for shipping, about $5 extra shipping, and I only paid $15 for the item. Okay, this next item, I've been really selling these like crazy. They're cordless phone handsets. Typically I have the handset, I have a battery, and I have the charging cradle. And this one I took an offer at 10. I've sold many of these. I basically have about $1 or $2 into each handset. So not huge profit, but pretty easy at this point. And I did get about $1.50 extra on shipping. Okay, this next item, this was actually an old listing. You can tell by the red background. That was the old type of listing I used to do way back. And I would use my son's baby blanket as the background. It kind of messes with Google Lens, photo searches. So I've gone to a white background now, but you can see my listings. You can tell the older listings. But I did get my asking price. I took an offer on this one, and I paid about $10 for that glove. This other glove is the one that I got my asking price, and it was a very recent pickup. I bought it only because it was in very good condition. I paid $15 for it. Really nice glove, sold quickly, and I had about $5 extra in shipping. This next item was another cordless handset, another good quick flip. These I just keep selling these. They just, it's nice to have quantity listings where you just make one listing and then they just sell. And I got my asking price for that one as well. So this next item you saw recently on a thrifting video. It was the Carrera Go race set that I didn't realize was Carrera Go. It was just a bunch of parts inside a tote with tape covering the top of it. I thought it was a vintage Carrera, which would have really been valuable. In this case, I basically made about $20, and I paid about the exact amount for shipping as I received, so no extra on shipping that time. So this next item, these are things I would not buy again. I only paid $6 for this. I bought, I think, 5 or 6 dolls at a garage sale, and this was obviously a son selling off his mom's belongings. She must have passed away, but she loved these dolls, and each doll had a detailed list of all the payments made to Franklin Mint to acquire this doll, and the check numbers that were used to write those payments. I really wish these were worth more, but I was happy to see this one go at my list price, and this one went international. I did get about $5 extra on shipping, but I would not buy those again. This next item, I typically don't buy these now, these cable modems or Wi-Fi modems, unless they are new, complete in a box, in a factory box, and they are higher end, like a fiber type modem. This one, I paid $10 for it, and I took an offer at $24. And I did get, I think, $2 extra on shipping. So one thing I should mention, when you take $2 extra on shipping, say the shipping costs $10 and you take $12 for shipping, you have to also remember that eBay is charging you a selling fee on that $10. So effectively, you're paying about $1.50 extra just for the shipping. So that's why I do try to get a little bit extra on shipping to cover the extra fee that I'm paying. So this next item, there was a period a year or two ago at my Goodwill where someone obviously dumped all of somebody's toy collection. I got so many great vintage, new in the package electronic toys, this being one of them, but I also got a couple of really nice. I got the Wheel of Fortune game that sold pretty quickly, and then a couple of others that were new in the package, much more valuable than this one, but this one I did take an offer at $76. I only paid $5 for this. This next item, do not buy these. Do not go out of your way to buy used VHS unless you can comp that it has an actual great resale. For a long time, anytime I was at a garage sale or an estate sale and there was like a bunch of tapes, I would buy them really cheaply. I mean, this set of Richard Simmons tapes, I essentially paid 10 cents a tape, but just not worth dealing with, even though some of these were sealed. I have sold some pretty valuable sealed VHS, hundreds of dollars VHS, but your odds of finding those are pretty slim. I think I ended up collecting this lot of Richard Simmons tapes because I did so well with his meal plan stuff, the actual deal a meal, I think is what it was called. So those sell great. So I thought this would sell great as well. It did not. Stay away from these. This next item you just saw, I just purchased this. This was a $6 or $7 purchase very recently. I took an offer at $50 and had a couple extra dollars on shipping. So this next item, this we bought at a dollar. Actually, it was $1.50 day at my Goodwill. It just had that cool look to me. I didn't know if it was valuable or not, but I got a great turn at a $1.50 item plus an additional $5 shipping for this great cookie press. Not something I normally buy. This next item is something I normally buy, and I seek these out even though my local Goodwill now charges $5 for a remote, and I did pay $5 for this one. I knew it would sell, and I knew I would get a good turn, and I took an offer at $50. This next item you would have seen recently in a thrifting video. Got this at my local Goodwill for $15. It was new in the box. I knew it would sell quickly. I took an offer at $65. I did pay an extra $1.50 for shipping. I think at the same day I actually bought this next item, this Monster High Perry and Pearl doll. I took an offer at $35. I paid $13 for it, and I did get $2 extra on shipping. Like I said, the $2 extra really just covers the extra fee that I paid for the shipping amount. The next item, I buy these, I try to get these as cheaply as possible, $3, maybe $4. This one I paid $4 for, and it wasn't the higher, it wasn't one I expected to make a lot of money on. I did get my asking price, and it looks like I got an extra $1.50 on shipping. This next item, goes into the pile of sold items from my old refrigerator. If you've been watching my videos, you've been able to follow along what I've been selling from my old refrigerator that quit working in order to pay for my new refrigerator. And I'll put a slide up to show you where we're at. I've got another item later on this list that I sold as well. So this next item you would have also seen recently. This was it met my Venn diagram of cool, heavy, well-built, enough for me to at least pick up and see if I want to buy it. And I did want to buy this. I paid $10 for it. I took an offer at $100. It sold quickly, plus an extra $6 shipping. This next item also was sold pretty quickly. It was part of my board game haul video. I paid $15 for it. It was an out-of-print game, and I got my asking price of basically $100 and another $1.50 or $2 extra on shipping. Covers my fee for shipping. This next item was recent as well. It was, when I picked it up, I knew I was going to buy it. It was made by Tiger. It was a vintage electronic game. I had to figure out how to play the game, so I actually found the instructions and was able to play it to confirm it worked. It was an unusual game if you've never seen this. I paid $5 for it. I got my asking price, and somehow I ended up with $8 extra on shipping, so I'm not sure how that happened. This next item I paid $0 for. This was in the box of electronics that I got from my box guy, the guy that I get used Amazon, mostly Amazon boxes from. I regularly drop by to pick up boxes, and sometimes he leaves things out for me to sell at my leisure. And this was actually the second item out of that recent box that I sold. And I took an offer at $18, and I was happy to take it, and I got an extra $5 on shipping. So $0 investment, $23 profit. This next item, this was not a recent purchase, but I do have several of these great, either Lord of the Rings or Star Wars or some such thing that is a version of either Monopoly or Risk. I love digging around for those and finding them. I paid $3 for this one at a rummage sale last year or the year before even, and had it listed for a long time. Took an offer at $25 and $2 extra on shipping. So this next item, you saw me recently. It was the first time I bought Monster High dolls in used form. I found a bag of 5 different dolls at my local Goodwill for $15. One of them was this much more valuable doll, Cupid Sweet. And so I just lotted them all together. I ended up getting my asking price and looks like about $8 extra on shipping. So this next item, this is actually an item I sold as part of my old junk for sale, or my old stuff for sale. I had sold my daughter's Dream Life game years ago, and then she reminded me about it, so I bought it again. I found it at a Goodwill. She played it a little bit, and then I sold that one. Got another one and sold it. This one I got recently. It didn't have the remote. I knew it wasn't going to be super valuable, but I knew it would be worth more than the $5 I was paying, and I was right. It sold quickly, and I had $2 extra shipping. Another remote control. These, if I can get them cheap, and I know they're going to sell for at least this amount. I took an offer at $25. I paid $5, and I got an extra $7 in shipping somehow. These certain ones, especially receiver, good brand name receivers, tend to sell well. You can buy knockoff remotes, but they're always junk. So the next item was, I just listed this. It sold quickly. Took an offer at $34. I've had it a while. It was in my pile of stuff to sell, so I'm glad I found that box inside the apartment here. I paid $2 for it, sold it, took an offer at $34, plus I had another $6 shipping. This was the second piece of refrigerator that I sold, and got the second of 2 of these, actually the second of 3 of these door shelves. So those I'm out of, but we're making a healthy dent in the new refrigerator costs, as you can see. This next item, this was a recent purchase. It also met my Venn diagram of cool-looking, well-built, heavy-duty, really nice French press. Wasn't familiar with this brand name, but I knew it was going to sell. I knew it was going to sell well. I got my asking price and an additional $12 in shipping, and I only paid $6. This next item came from a rummage sale. Nice Sony CD Walkman with the car adapter. I paid essentially $2 for it, just because that's what I count when I go to that donation sale. I count most of my items at $2 a piece. Nice condition, really clean. Sold pretty quickly for my asking price, and looks like I got a couple of dollars extra on shipping. The next item I bought at a Goodwill recently. Ever since Shop Goodwill, I've really had a hard time finding small digital cameras at my local Goodwill, but every once in a while someone slips up in the back and they put them out on the shelf, and I've been able to snap those up whenever I see them. This one I paid $15 for, but I knew it was going to be well, or it would sell well and quickly, and it did. There's one nice thing about some of these Canon PowerShots is that they take regular old AA batteries. You don't have to have a special battery. And so I look for those, because that's much desired camera if you can do that. And $2 extra in shipping. Here's another item that, do not buy these. I bought 2 or 3 of these thinking they were going to be great. I learned soon after listing the first one that even if the TiVo has a lifetime subscription, if you can't transfer it, it's not worth anything. And what I learned was, if you acquire a TiVo and you can find the original owner and they can contact TiVo and transfer the subscription into your name, then you have it, and then you can transfer it into someone else's name. But I was not able to track down the previous owners. I got very close, but I was not able to find the previous owner who was willing to transfer these subscriptions into my name. So basically I sold these off Basically, I got a little bit of money out of this, but not much. I paid $15. I got my asking price and about $7 extra on shipping. So this next item, I was really excited to sell this. You saw it in a recent thrifting video. It was a bag of Danbury Mint Oakland Raiders HO scale trains. Just the engine, couple of cars. Two of the cars were incomplete. Really hard to comp because the comps just weren't available. Although I could tell they were out there, and you could see older sales of these, but no real description of what they were. I priced mine at $100. I took an offer at $90 and $3 extra on shipping. I paid $6 for the train. And this last item, this is another example of things I look for. Now, I don't think I even paid for this. I think it was part of a bag of stuff. I wouldn't have bought this separately, but unique AC adapters or ones with unique end connectors. In this case, it just said Wearing Pro, sharper image, so I thought it might be usable. Someone might need that for something. And sure enough, I was able to get my asking price and about $5 extra, $4 extra on shipping for very little money into that item. So we sold another unit end cordless phone. This was the last of the set of 5 that I had. This was the only one without a charging cradle, but I still priced it the same, and it sold at my list price. I basically had under $2 into that. This game you saw in my recent board game haul video. I paid $15, really nice new condition game, and I took an offer at $35. I did get my $2 extra shipping for this, and I did get a couple of dollars extra on the unit end phone. This next one, another one of the games from that board game haul. I only had $5 into this Monopoly, and I think at the time I said that this was the one game I probably would have put back if I was going to put one back. I didn't think it was going to get much. I listed it at $20 and took an offer at $17.50, and I did get $2 extra on shipping. This was a set of Pokemon cards that we bought at Costco last year about this time, right after Christmas. I think I paid $12 for this set, and I've had it listed since then, and I got many offers. Wanted to get at least $35, and the buyer really wanted to stay under $42 total, and so the shipping that he paid was $9.40, and with his offer of $32.60, it got him to $42, and the shipping actually costs $6.56. So at just about $3 extra, which got me to my $35. And then this last item, the last of the December items, was this TV plug-in gun game. Really fun game, actually. And I did note in my listing, you have to have a tube TV for these. These don't work on flat screen TVs. But it was a fun game. The shipping on that stuff is outrageous because of the length. And I tried my best to get this as low as possible. The buyer still paid $18.89, and it did cost $17.89 to ship. And I had $5 into it, and I got my list price on this. So it was a nice flip. It just took forever. So that's it. That's everything for the month of December. And at least we've got a couple more days till the end of the month. But anything that comes in after today, I'll lump into the January video. But we got these last 5 packed up this morning and off to the post office and UPS, and they are on their way to their new owners, who I hope will be very happy with those. And nothing really better than ending up at the end of the month, end of the year, with a giant pallet of cash from reselling. It's fun. It's always enjoyable. I love doing this. And if you like this video, please consider hitting the like button. If you haven't subscribed, please hit the subscribe. And if you would also, please send me comments. I love reading those. I love interacting. I respond to everyone. And if you know someone who you think this would benefit, please share this video with them. Okay, so we're back. So I want to get to these numbers. It was a great month of December, really a great year for the time we spent reselling. So for the month of December, for all those souls we just talked about, eBay gave me $2,021. So that's money that came in minus my fees and then to me. For those items, my cost of goods was $538. I took in about $180 extra shipping. So my tally, my net profit for those items is $1,664. So not bad. For the year, that final number, net profit number, is $19,580. Just to compare with 2023, that number that I got from eBay was $31,933. So considerably more. I did take a month off this year, and I did not have as much time to devote to not only thrifting, but reselling as well. So to me, that's understandable. I don't quite have the actual readily available number of what my cost of goods sold was. I do have it, it's just not readily available. Watch for my next video where I talk about how to make micro or atomic habit changes to your reselling business to effect improvements. I do that every year about this time. I take kind of a look at the year, see what things I want to change. And at the end of 2023, one of the things I changed was I started to track. Each time I sold an item, I tracked what the buyer paid for shipping, what it cost me to ship, and then in addition, I tagged how much I paid for the item. Those three numbers are what I end up feeding back into eBay's transaction reports that allows me to spit out an entire year or quarter, however I'm doing it, the entire time period, my actual net profit after fees and the cost. So I do have that now, and that's one of the improvements that I made. So watch for that next video. I'm going to talk about a few things that I'm planning for this next year. So everyone that's watching, everyone that has supported me this year, I got lots of people that help me with different things. And then you viewers, thank you for being viewers. I just started this channel this year in July and really having a great time doing it. So thank you for viewing and doing all you're doing. Hope that 2025 is an excellent reselling year for you. Now let's get on to the important part of this channel. The thing everyone comes here for. What am I enjoying? And it's a Calpico white peach drink. And I'm sure white peach is going to be good. Just has that look of goodness. It's good, and it even smells good. I'm not sure what's in here, but it really tastes like peach. So come join me again next time. You're not going to want to miss drinking this.